Good morning and welcome. Welcome to the America's Future Series National Security Dual Use Technology Summit emanating from Austin, Texas at ACC, Austin Community College. My name is David Hamilton. I am the founder and chairman of America's Future Series, and I'm thrilled to be here with you today with a star-studded lineup of speakers, panelists, etc., talking all about national security, defense innovation, advanced technologies, etc. And I want to start by thanking everyone involved. I want to start by thanking Comtech, and in particular Ken Peterman, for being our host of this event, the title sponsor. I also want to thank Deloitte, and in particular Major General Kim Kreider, and I want to thank them for their support and their partnership with us on this event. We have an outstanding lineup today. I thought, though, that I would start a little bit, for those of you who don't know anything about America's Future Series, I thought I'd share the high-level overview of who we are and what this is all about. The America's Future Series is a nonpartisan think tank and speaker series focused on issues that impact U.S. global competitiveness and national security. We were founded in 2010 with support from people like Ross Perot Sr., T. Boone Pickens, Randall Stevenson, Herb Kelleher, and others. These are all leaders who wanted to have a nonpartisan forum for discussions on issues that impact U.S. global competitiveness and national security. So we like to say that we care about policy and not politics. We are rabidly nonpartisan. This is a big tent, and we want to invite anyone in who cares about our country, wants to make sure we stay secure, is focused on putting capabilities in the hands of the warfighter faster. And those are people like Ken Peterman and Comtech. So we're going to bring him on here in a second. What I'd like to do, though, is for those of you who don't know anything about Comtech and their capabilities, I want to give you a sense of the company he leads and some of the things that they do. So we're going to start off by telling you a little bit about Comtech. So I'm not sure anyone, y'all could hear the sound on that. We'll bring that back here in a second, but I do want to start the day with my good and great friend, Ken Peterman, somebody I admire greatly. This is a great leader. This is someone who people will run through a brick wall for. Everything he's touched has been successful. He was incredibly successful at Viasat, helping them build their federal business. I believe it was the fastest growing business of its kind for 6 years running. That was a huge success. He has now been tapped to be the board chair, CEO, and president of Comtech Communications. They've been doing some amazing things in a very, very short time. He's sort of a model for innovation and moving companies forward, being agile, et cetera. So welcome and great to have you with us, Ken.
Thank you, David. It's good to hear from you. Good to see you again. You're a good friend, and I love what you're doing with American Future Series. You're right. It's a non-political venue where which we can discuss some of the challenging issues of our time, hear from thought leaders across the entire spectrum. These events in the past have been remarkable, informative, insightful, and thought-provoking. And I think this one will be no different. We're excited to be your sponsor for this event. And as you know, we expect to be the sponsor for a number of these events going forward. We believe it serves, it has national value, serves a significant purpose. And thank you for leading the way on this.
Well, thank you. And to that point, in July, we're going to be honoring General Raymond of the Space Force, and you're going to be the title sponsor for that program. We'll be presenting the Hyten Award, the John E. Hyten Award for Space Innovation, and we're very hopeful that Chance Saltzman will join us, and it'll be an event like this. But that event will be a hybrid event. We will have a live in-person audience, and we will also broadcast to tens of thousands of people like we're doing now. So I'm really looking forward to that. And so for those who are interested in that sort of thing, please go to America's Future Series website. You'll see these events posted on our event pages, et cetera. But we could not do that if it wasn't for the patronage, the leadership, the thought leadership of people like Ken and Comtech. So I want to thank you for that, sir. Wouldn't be possible without you.
Glad to do it. As you know, the world today is transforming. We're embracing a new era of machine, human, and digital coexistence, actually a physical and digital coexistence that's going to change the way we live and change the way the world works. This transformation has the potential to bring incredible benefits to communities, businesses, governments, individuals around the world. There's a few elements I'm going to say that are at the core to realizing the full benefits of this societal shift. And equal access to connectivity sits at the center of that. Equal access to data, information, and connectivity sits at the center of that. So at Comtech, we are relentless in our pursuit of solving our customers' most difficult challenges. We are leading the way in this democratization of communications access for all, connecting the unconnected, bridging the digital divide, delivering the technologies and services that'll be needed to connect, to set new ideas free. So we are excited. It's an exciting time. It's an exciting time to be at Comtech.
Yeah, exciting time to ring the bell on NASDAQ, right?
Yes, we've been a publicly traded company for 35 years. On January 23rd, we rang the closing bell on the NASDAQ to celebrate that event. It kind of got to be on everybody's bucket list.
That's a bucket list item. That's a lifetime. That had to be really exciting and rewarding.
Yeah, and we invited our leadership team to bring a companion. I brought my daughter, who is now 36 years old and incredible in her own right. And it was a really fantastic time for all of us. It was a good time for our leadership team, and a good time that demonstrated the culture that we have at Comtech that is inclusive. We value diversity, and we value family.
Absolutely. And you're the poster child for dual use technology, right? You have applications in the commercial world and in the national security defense world, et cetera. So if you would just real quickly talk about how that sort of has benefited you by working on the commercial sector and being in that very fast-paced, agile, cutting-edge world, and how you're able to apply those kinds of lessons learned and technology to the to national defense and security.
Sure. Well, David, you and I know each other's history pretty well, and certainly mine is one where I spent the first 2 decades of my career in the defense industrial base inventing technologies like mobile networking, satellite communications, GPS, cybersecurity. These were all technologies that were born in the defense industrial base to keep our warfighters connected, safe, informed, where they knew where their buddies were, they knew where the adversary was, and it gave them enormous insight such that they could execute their mission effectively and come home safely. But the last 2 decades of my career, those technologies have transitioned to the private sector. The private sector has embraced them, invested in them faster than our bureaucratic government budgeting process allows DoD to do. They have. So what you've seen us do is you've seen us move from 2G to 3G to 4G to LTE. Now we're 5G. We're moving to 5G advanced and 6G. This is moving to this physical and digital coexistence that I referred to earlier. And now DoD has the benefit kind of to declare a technology dividend where they don't have to be the inventor of these technologies anymore, and they can be the applier of these technologies. And because American companies are leading the way in these kinds of companies, Comtech is certainly one. We're leading the way in terrestrial wireless infrastructure, satellite communications. We're leading the way in location-based services. And we're leading the way in putting these different building blocks together to create unique value propositions that are comprehensive. We don't just provide connectivity, we provide customers what connectivity enables, okay? And that's game-changing for them. So now that the private sector is a leading in these various technologies, DoD has the opportunity to assess them, apply them, use as a service business models so that they can allow the private sector companies to drive this technology trajectory to be steeper and faster than it's ever been before, and to benefit from that constant evolving, improving technology trajectory, not just to provide additional and faster capabilities, services, features, and support new apps, but also to deal with these constantly changing threat vectors that seem to be escalating on steep trajectories of their own. The only way we can keep pace with that is to move to as-a-service business models that enable commercial companies to constantly drive these technology envelopes forward. And Comtech largely is leading the way at that. I mean, we are working really hard to Comtech to be agile, to be relentless in our quest to solve our customers' toughest challenges, and certainly DoD and our young men in uniform are at the forefront of our mind as we apply this technology to a broad array of commercial as well as defense use cases.
So we've got about 30 seconds before we're going to transition to our first guest. But you know what you speak about there, I think is really important. And I think really the role of our government, and the bureaucracy is to protect our assets, the things the private sector invents and creates and innovates. We have to protect that so that our near peers don't take it. And secondly, we have to be rapid adopters. Like you said, the government doesn't have to make things every time, create everything, right? And the more they use declassified technologies, et cetera, faster and become a rapid adopter of it, the faster we're going to sort of pull away from our near peers.
Yep. Yes. And the government has the benefit now because the whole world is adopting these technologies and we're connecting the unconnected. DoD has the benefit of being a fractional user on these networks and hiding in plain sight, and that's enormously valuable because the RF signature, the traffic, the various signatures that are normally emanated by DoD when they use standalone military purpose-built systems gets eliminated when they get on the back of these commercial connections. Yep.
Absolutely.
Enormous value in that.
Great strategy. Well, again, Ken, thank you for everything that Comtech is doing, both on the commercial side and the national security defense side. We appreciate your patronage. We're going to see you later today. We've got some interesting people to honor for their technological innovations in national security, things like that, like Palmer Luckey. Look forward to see you in a few minutes. We're going to try to show that video, and we're going to tee up our next guest. Okay, well, we probably won't do that video. But anyway, we're going to show it later in the day. I want to thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you, David. Well, I'll be here all day.
Yes, sir.